to position my camera a bit better. Yay! Oh look, a new subscriber. Thank you, Rosanita Martinez. Thank you for just subscribing. And so just a bit of an update there. We're not uploading anything yet, so. But I will get doing some more of the YouTube series. I guess it's pretty much probably going to be a series about the life and death of Adolf Hitler. I think where we left off on that was Hitler's mother passing away from cancer. Now, in Hitler's time, that was usually a death sentence. Usually still today, cancer is a death sentence. Horrible thing to watch someone go through, especially your mother. I will have to relate personally with Hitler on that one. No, not supporting the guy on that, but I can relate from personal experience with that. For not to talk about on YouTube, probably not a place to talk about that. Probably better YouTube or channels to talk that would probably talk about that, like cancer. I'm more of a history major. Hello. I don't know, some college students goofy enough. But what was I gonna say? So then, Hitler's mother pretty much dies from cancer. Now, there is actual historical event from his family's Jewish doctor that, yes, Hitler allowed to escape, which was interesting of Hitler to do. Even though the guy was Jewish, he had respect for him, the Jewish position of the family. So that was the primary care I guess you call it a primary care physician. I guess that's a medical term there. Yeah, Hitler had paid for all the chemo. Well, it wasn't chemo back then. He had like radiation injections and stuff, and his mother actually had breast cancer, so which is a different part of cancer than my mother had, but yeah, the same results. I guess so. Why I'm not in San Diego Escondido anymore, for some reasons. But yet again, so Hitler did pay for his mother's surgery there, but to remove the, I guess, mastectomy, so if that's the correct medical term for breast cancer. And the radiation, I guess, injections or treatment that she would go through, which it was very painful stuff, and Hitler had to watch that. Like I said, I will not go into detail what that would be like. Watching something like that. It's not belonging on YouTube. I think my face and my words should just tell you otherwise. Why that is not something. Yeah. Why it's a terrible thing to see something. But yeah, even Hitler loved his mother very much. That's pretty much a known historical fact. He did. The Jewish doctor noticed that he'd never seen a patient cry as much and looked as distraught as Adolf Hitler was over his mother's death from breast cancer. Even the guy actually did, and I kid you not, you probably might be pretty surprised if you read this, and just imagine, coming into the Hitler household and finding none other than the mass-murdering genocidal dictator of Adolf Hitler on his hands and knees scrubbing the floor and cleaning the house and caring for his mom there. This is how much he loved his mother. I mean, some people would think that the guy had relationships with his mother that were adult-themed. I will have to say I agree that is bunk there. Bunk. I was about to say a different word, but I can't say that word here on YouTube because they have policies on that stuff. But the word is BS. That's total BS. It's probably not proven factual. I think they're taking a mother-son family relationship and turning it into something else what involves Hitler. which I'll have to go into detail now with that, being that is something that you have to watch out for in history. And I have a good feeling that's something that turns up not just with Hitler. It probably doesn't even turn up with other dictators like Mao Zedong or Joseph Stalin, Fidel Castro. Heck, I wouldn't be surprised if it turns up in Vladimir Putin or Donald Trump or whatever. Those are historical important figures in society. That is a thing you have to watch out for, because usually it is historical inaccurate, or does somebody just give it BS and calling it as history, which is terrible. But before his mother actually passed away, Hitler went with his friend Kubizek to Vienna, and he went to apply for the art career at the Vienna Art Academy exam. He passed the first part. He did not pass the second part, and he ended up not passing the second part because he failed at figure drawing. If you've seen a lot of Hitler's paintings and drawings, they are very detailed. So they're very detailed. I mean, you probably see, if you remember an old YouTube video here, you probably remember a one with me holding a sketchbook as thumbnail. And you probably remember that being there, that skin drawing. It is a figure of Adolf Hitler. Let's just say Hitler's not that good at probably figure drawing from like a small scale, but I have a good feeling that what they were basing it off of was a drawing of a landscape, and a very small drawing of himself, it's supposed to be. Sitting, I guess, on like the riverside. This is one of the drawings he put in his old exam. But other things were about how his landscape. I'm not an art major. I'm a history major. I was once an art major. And yeah, there are kind of requirements with landscapes. I think that, if it's good looking in details, who cares? But that's my decision. I think if you're not history professor, or teacher, or I don't know, you work as a dean or administrator in an art academy, art university or college, you probably have different, requirements. So just like if you're doing a history assignment, you have different requirements. I can understand why that is, and a lot of people like to go into the argument that, well, there were different movements in art. There was the modernists, the impressionists, and Hitler liked to blame that that was a popular thing, all the Jews, the mentally ill or whatever were making this stuff, and that was Hitler's idea on modern art. I probably put that in another video. But yet again, Hitler is referred to by another person to go into the architect school. So Hitler will end up applying into that. I remember reading about. He does fail that too. But Hitler still keeps that belief of him as a great artist and an architect, even up to his genocidal dictatorship. And you have a lot of ruins from the Third Reich in Europe and in Germany that Hitler designed. There's drawings and there's those models in Berlin, and if you look up, just type in Google there, guess Hitler's architecture, or the Greater Germania, whatever model there, you'll see it. You'll see a picture of probably Hitler standing over it. It's that large model that Hitler had of what was to be Berlin, because he wanted, after the war, his viewpoints, he was going to be victorious when he really wasn't, and this new greater rebuilding and mass construction that was his little brainchild that never turned up, thank goodness for that, was the New Berlin that was called Germania. And I was like,